Hey there everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. And today, we're going to talk about a subject that I haven't talked about since 2014, which was, of course, my show's second season, and that subject was Pokemon. And during that time, when I blogged the third movie, Spell of the Unknown, I said that this movie was the Pokemon movie that beats them all. But as my show rolled around, I thought to myself, I want to talk about other Pokemon movies that I love to watch over the years. And today, we're going to look into my second favorite Pokemon movie. But does it still hold up today? Well, let's find out. Released in Japan on July 16, 2005, and to DVD in America on September 19, 2006, the movie is Pokemon, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Now let's get started. The world of Pokemon has many different legends, but the people of Cameron Palace believe in one very special tale, the legend of the Orro Guardian. Long ago, a hero and his Pokemon, Lucario, saved the world from destruction. But can it be true? Well, Ash and his friends find out for themselves when Lucario is awakened and Pikachu disappears. With Lucario's help, Ash sets out on a journey to find Pikachu, which leads him to the mystical tree and the legendary Pokemon Mew. The future of a world and the fate of Ash and Pikachu will depend on the power of friendship between human and Pokemon. So, what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I gotta say, wowie zowie, I really liked this movie. It was epic, nostalgic, and really emotional too. But before I get ahead of myself, let's move on to Mustang notes. The backgrounds for the movie was based on visits by Yuyama to Bavaria, Germany. 2 different castles were used as the basis of the film's setting. This is also the last Pokemon movie to be dubbed in English by 4Kids Entertainment, who have been dubbing Pokemon from the start of the TV series in 1998. Now, in my opinion, the Japanese animation in this movie looks very beautiful, but sometimes, like some of the other Pokemon films, there's CGI in a few parts of the movie, which can be a little distracting. But anyway, other than the environment looking great, there's Cameron Palace, which looks like a grand castle, but in the beginning of the movie, it's pretty dark when 2 armies have the castle trapped in the middle. And lastly, there's the Tree of Beginning, which is like a huge mountain shaped like a giant tree. In my opinion, it makes me think of the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom. Plus, the Tree of Beginning is a living organism made up of crystals that feed on sunlight. It has a symbiotic connection with Mew, and is home to many kinds of ancient Pokemon thought to be extinct. Which almost makes me think of the Jules Verne novel, Journey to the Center of the Earth. It also has a circulatory system of sorts that distributes nutrients to the crystals throughout its body, and has a complex antibody system that takes the form of fossil Pokemon and attacks humans and machines within it. Speaking of which, those blood cells made this movie pretty intense. Now let's talk about one of the most important subjects in this movie, Aura. Aura is the type of energy that Sir Aaron and Lucario are sensitive to, and in my opinion, it's pretty similar to the Force from Star Wars. Aura can be used for defensive and offensive skills, like searching the surroundings and creating powerful energy spheres. Aura can also be useful when using time flowers in order to look into the past. Lastly, one of my favorite parts of this movie is the song Unbeatable, which plays while Ash and Pikachu enter the tournament at the palace. And I just love the scene where Pikachu and the other Pokemon play upstairs in the attic. Anyway, now that we're done with Mustang notes, let's talk about the characters and their voice actors. Our main hero, Ash Ketchum, is once again voiced by Veronica Taylor. To me, Ash is a great Pokemon trainer, due to him, Pikachu, and the rest of his Pokemon being best friends, and even a family. In this movie, after Ash wins the tournament, Ash becomes a guardian for the year, but there's a downside to that. You see, while his friends dance and his Pokemon play at the party, Ash can't because he has to sit in the chair and hold Sir Aaron's staff all night. Anyway, after Ash finds out that Pikachu went missing, Ash is determined to get Pikachu back no matter what happens. You know, I just love the scene where Ash tells his friends about when he and Pikachu became a team, when they were attacked by a huge flock of Spearow in their first episode. And I really think the relationship between Ash and Pikachu is pretty similar to the relationship between me and my little goddaughter Elizabeth. Also, other than Pikachu, Ash's other Pokemon are Corphish, Grovyle, Swallow, and Phanpy. Next up, we have Pikachu, whose vocals are provided by Iku Utani. I really love Pikachu. I mean, this little electric mouse is just that awesome of a Pokemon, and a great friend to have around, especially when it plays with Mew and the other Pokemon. But while it hangs with Mew and Meowth at the Tree of Beginnings, Pikachu becomes sad and starts to miss Ash. Plus, when Pikachu cries when Ash got consumed by the white blood cells, it makes me want to cry too. Next, we have Brock, again voiced by Eric Stewart, who's best known as Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! While Brock is a great Pokemon breeder, a great cook, and a great friend, there's one thing that Brock does that drives me crazy and makes me facepalm myself. And you folks know what it is. It's when he flirts with a pretty girl. Anyway, Brock's Pokemon in this movie are Mudkip and Forretress. Next we have May, also voiced by Veronica Taylor. She's the daughter of gym leader Norman, and her goal in the Hoenn region is to become a Pokemon coordinator. In my opinion, while May is a sweet and cute girl, I think she's way better than Misty. But on the other hand, I'm one of those Pokemon fans who ship Ash with Serena, not May. No offense. Anyway, May's Pokemon in this movie are Combuskin, Munchlax, and Squirtle. Next is May's little brother Max, voiced by Amy Birnbaum, who previously voiced Molly Hale from Pokemon 3. In my opinion, Max is pretty much of an expert on Pokemon, and he's very likable too. But I find it pretty funny when he pulls Brock by the ear when he flirts with a girl. I also like the scene where he gives Lucario a chocolate bar. Next are Jessie, James, and Meowth from Team Rocket, voiced by Rachel Lillis, Eric Stewart, and the late Maddie Blaustein. Now, at first they seem to be up to the usual Pokemon stealing pranks, but after they find out that Meowth was taken by Mew, they stow away with Ash and his friends in Kid's Land Rover. Now let's talk about the new characters, starting with Lucario, voiced by Sean Schemmel, whom you folks might know as Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, Lucario makes this movie pretty awesome. After he's released from the staff, he becomes confused and he can be a little grumpy due to him not trusting humans after Sir Aaron betrayed him. But as the movie progresses, Lucario becomes a great supporting character in order to assist Ash and his friends to find Pikachu. Also, we get to learn why Sir Aaron sealed Lucario inside the staff. I also think it was interesting that Lucario told Ash that his aura was like Sir Aaron's for some reason. I also found it pretty sad when Lucario died at the end of the movie after using his aura to save the tree at the beginning. Lucario's trainer, Sir Aaron, is voiced by Jason Griffith, who provided the voice for Lord Darkar in the 4Kids dub of Winx Club. Now, while Aaron doesn't appear too much in the movie, we do learn from a few flashbacks that he and Lucario have done lots of hard training and exciting adventures together. Also, by the end of the movie, we learn that Aaron used his aura to end the ancient war at the cost of his life. And the reason why he sealed Lucario and his staff is because he didn't want Lucario to go through the same fate. Next we have Mew, whose vocals are provided by Satomi Kirogi. And let me say that I don't think this is the same Mew from Mewtwo Strikes Back. Anyway, in this movie, Mew lives in the tree of beginning because they depend on each other. I also think Mew is a very playful Pokemon when it plays with Pikachu at the palace and at the tree. I also think that Mew is very mischievous when it uses its Transform attack to shapeshift into other Pokemon. I also like that Mew saved Ash and his friends from being devoured by telling the tree that the humans were not trying to harm it. Next we have Lady Eileen, voiced by Bella Hudson, whom I think voiced the witch in Little Longnose. Eileen is the queen of Cameron Palace. In my opinion, Eileen is a very sweet woman, and I think her mime Junior is very playful and funny when it mimics everyone's moves. Next up, we have Kid Summers, voiced by Rebecca Solar. And Kid has got to be one of my favorite characters in the movie next to Lucario. Kid has set a world record for making the quickest trip around the world in a hot air balloon, the deepest one-man submarine dive, and the longest independent spacewalk in history. Her mission in this movie is to research the connection between Mew and the Tree of Beginnings. In my opinion, Kid is a great supporting character, and her Weaviles can be pretty sneaky. Also, the best thing that she does in this movie is use her grappling hook to swing across a chasm to rescue Ash and Pikachu. Now let's talk about Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice, and Registeel, since they're here and all. Now, while these three don't appear in the movie until Ash and the gang make it to the Tree of Beginnings, they are shown to be Pokemon who protect the tree from intruders. And mostly in that part of the movie, they are seen chasing Ash and the gang, including Team Rocket around the tree. Another Pokemon I need to talk about is Bonsly, which is said to be the pre-evolutionary form of Sudowoodo. This little Pokemon gets introduced when Ash and his friends are having lunch while they head for the Tree of Beginning. To me, while Bonsly is pretty cute, it doesn't really contribute too much to the movie, in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on to my final words. Overall, Pokemon, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew is a great movie in the Pokemon franchise. Sure, this movie isn't as good as Pokemon 3, but still, there are some epic, thrilling, and tear-jerking moments. The Japanese animation is very good too, though the CGI is not perfect. The characters like Ash and Pikachu are lovable, Mew is very playful, Bonsly makes a cute sidekick, Plus, Kid is very badass, but the best character overall is Lucario. So, if you folks want to check this movie out, then I highly recommend it, especially if you have kids who are fans of the Pokemon games. I give this movie a 97% out of 100. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Be sure to join me again for my next blog. Mustang Power!
There's a feeling deep inside me, and it's always there to guide me. It's in my heart and in my soul, leading me to the ultimate goal. You can try your best, this might